Alright guys, I want to give my thoughts and opinions of the video today. It's Jerryringeverything as always, and I'm not going to go ahead and play the video. I just want to give my thoughts and opinions after watching the video. So in this video, he does go ahead and do his typical durability test, as he does on every single cell phone. He does it on the Galaxy Z Flip 5. Obviously the phone, if you guys have been following the channel, that I just picked up. And also, I'm kind of loving this pop socket. Not even a lie. With that being said, though, this shows how amazing the Galaxy Z Flip 5 is. And don't be wrong, the Z Fold 5 also survived his durability test. So it's not like it's just the Z Fold 5, or sorry, Z Flip 5. It's also Z Fold 5. Both of these phones, whether you pick up this one right here, or you pick up this one right here, the new hinges are absolutely amazing. Because what they end up doing is they create this like almost like titanium like structure when they go to get bent back in his videos, and they're almost impossible to break. So let's go ahead and get right into this. He even talks about how he might start using this phone as his daily driver, which he does not, switch up daily drivers very often. But the first test he does is, of course, going to be the scratch test. He scratches the front of the phone right here, and then he does go ahead and open it up, and he scratches the inside display. Now, just like normal, his inside display does scratch at a level 2, with deeper grooves at a level 3, which is expected. It's just a plastic inside display, and that's all it is. Now, for the outside display, he does show right here is that it actually is scratching at a level 6, with deeper grooves at a level 7, which is exactly what you expect because it's Gold Glass Victus 2. Now, just a little thing here, 9 is Sapphire and 8 is Diamond. Oh no, 8 is Sapphire, 9 is Diamond. And so, just to keep that in mind, how hard it is to scratch these devices, this is almost as, durable as Sapphire and Diamond at this point. Now, obviously, the inside display being plastic is not at all. And he does talk about how the inside display really is just a screen protector, a piece of plastic, and then a thin layer of flexible glass, which is, why it's so scratch resistant. With that being said, though, as you can see, yes, he does go ahead and scratch it, and listen, that inside display is as scratchable as it has always been, no matter what. He does scratch the outside display, and that really can't do much to it because it's Gold Glass Victus. Now, he does put dirt and rocks, I would say, inside the main part of the phone, and surprisingly enough, it does go ahead and doesn't really do anything bad to it, which I was heavily surprised about, because the old Z Fold devices he has destroyed, they do get destroyed when he puts dust and rocks in them, but not the Z Flip 5 or the Z Fold 5. They actually do pretty good, even when he does it in the hinge. There isn't much problems at all. Now, the last one I want to talk about and kind of give my thoughts and opinions on is the bend test. This is a test where he takes the phone, he bends it back the opposite way it's supposed to be folding. Now, we have seen the Motorola Razr phone. It broke when he did this. Surprisingly enough, not the inside display, but the outside display. At the very top here, there was a open crevice, which actually causes it to crack when you're bending it back like that. Which, again, no one's actually going to do that, but if you ever did, yeah, that's a thing. And, of course, the Google Pixel Fold broke when he bent it back. But every Z Fold device since the Z Fold, I think, 4 has not broke when he bent it back. And the Z Flip 5 is actually the first Z Flip phone that doesn't break when he bends it back. The Z Flip 4, when he bent it back with the old hinge, it actually did crack and break. So, very surprising that, again, bad boy did not break. This thing is so durable and so rugged, it's not even a joke. He actually also, last thing I'll say before I give my thoughts on all this, is he did go ahead and show off D-Brand has a new case coming out for the Galaxy Z Flip 5, and it does actually protect the hinge, which I've said many times in my videos, not many cases protect the hinge. These are both made by Samsung. Samsung gadget case, Samsung S Pen cover case. Neither one protects the hinge, which it is what it is, but That's interesting. D brand is actually releasing a case that protects the hinge. So what's my thoughts and opinions on this? First off, this just goes to show, if you want to buy a flippable, foldable phone, this is the phone to go with. And there's no question about it. I mean, there's really no reason not to even own this phone, even if you are a candy bar cell phone S type of person. If your argument is durability, well, yes, the inside display could scratch. It's clear today that even at the worst case scenario, when he's bending it back with full power, it's not breaking. The inside display is fine. Yes, it could scratch it, but Samsung does actually give out a one-time free screen protector replacement if you buy the phone. So that's actually another nice little touch / addition if you are scared of the inside display being broken. And I'm going to tell you right now, the outside display is so usable, you can actually avoid using the inside display for probably most tasks you do on this phone, which is kind of crazy. But other than that, there's, again, durability-wise, the hinge, he shows how amazing it is and how it's literally almost impossible to break. This phone, this is like, it's funny because I said this about Z Fold 4, and honestly, the Z Fold 5, I think the Z Fold 5 has really now, at the end of the day, after using it for like 2 weeks, I think I can 100% say this is the final boss of the Z Fold lineup. There is no way they can make the Z Fold 6 better than the Z Fold 5. Everything you could want on a foldable cell phone, the Z Fold 5 has at a very premium and high quality level. You want water resistance? Check. What does this have? Water resistance. Does this have wireless charging? Yes. Does this have dust resistance? No. But again, even when he put the dust in there and the rocks in there, it still withstood it without much problem at all, which is absolutely amazing. Is it easy to use? Yes. Is it easy to hold? Yes. It does not take up much space? Yes. Is it thin as crap? Yeah. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. There is no reason why you shouldn't pick up a Z Flip 5. And I'm going to say to right now, I'll say a million times, if I had to choose between one of these to pick up, I would probably pick up the Z Flip 5, and this is someone who loves the Z Fold 5. But as he shows in his video, and as I've shown many times in my videos, this phone is just perfect. It really is. It's not crazy price. It's $1,000, which I know is so expensive. But if you trade in another phone, let's say you trade in, I don't know, like an older Galaxy phone, you can get up to $700 off for trading in for this phone. So at the end of the day, yes, it's expensive, but you could get this phone for $300. And for $300, it's probably the best phone you're going to get. Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, and of course it's overclocked for the Galaxy series. Awesome. The only downside of this phone, right, and this is the only negative thing, and I should have said this in my review, but I didn't, but I should have said this, is that this has Samsung DeX, this does not. And if they gave Samsung DeX on this Z Flip device eventually in the future, there would be no reason to buy a Z Fold 5 or a Z Fold device at all, because this would be everything. If you could have Samsung DeX like you can on every single other Galaxy S phone, you know, every other phone period made by Samsung, this would be that's the only thing it needs. The only thing this bad boy needs right here is just to have, you know, DeX. Samsung DeX, and that's it. And I will say, what's funny is, so this is an IPX8, right? So it doesn't have any dust resistance. It doesn't have dust resistance, but if you put a case on it, like for example, the case he has right here on the screen, where it covers the hinge, and it also covers the sides and everything, these phones actually can be dust resistant with a good enough case. Like this case alone, I will say, and it's a $50 case by Samsung, and let me try to focus on this, but you can see there's not much area or gaps or holes that dust would actually get into this phone. Even though this is not, again, dust resistance, it's not like there is much area for dust to get into this phone if you have a case on it. If you have a case on this phone, it's pretty much kind of dust resistant for the most part. For the Z Fold 5, I will say that's not the case, because you can see with the Z Fold 5, there is still a little bit of gaps. Even with the Samsung case on it, there is a little bit of gaps right here, right? It's a tiny cracks. While this, and I'm not kidding when I say this, there is almost 0 cracks. I'm trying to get the focus there. Yeah, there you go. There was almost 0 cracks. This is pretty much as, like, close cut dust resistance as you can get. Well, again, like I said, Z Fold, you're not going to get that. But Samsung DeX is the only thing you could get on this device that would make it perfect. But overall wise, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one.